hold. Color guard, post the colors. Please join me in the stand of the Pledge of Allegiance. Scott, salute. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard, return the colors. Color guard, return to ranks. Color guard, hold. Color guard, dismissed.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Scouts. I'll ask our clerk to call, roll call, please.
She's not here. Councilmember Newberry.
Here.
Lees.
Here.
Crowner. Here. Covert.
Here.
Diaz.
Here.
Diaz. All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'd entertain a motion to approve our agenda.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we'll go to our consent agenda. There are 9 items on the consent agenda.
Motion approved is amended.
Second.
Motion second. Tony?
Tony.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We'll go into our council staff reports. Our administrator.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think you all saw, but just a great new event that Keegan coordinated with Evan and Bank Kids Bank, Summer Showdown every Wednesday at the pool. So check it out. You'll see it in your email. It's on Facebook. Please share. Get the news out. DOD application will be for Mount Pleasant Street, and then Burlington's looking at water and fire. We'll push agency component out that I mentioned probably for after construction. So we're working on getting that out. Tonight you have a resolution for the SRT application to supplement TAP funding we have for Agency Street. T-Mobile Fiber, we met with them this week. It looks like they're going to be coming to town. More right-of-way work. So we'll be coordinating and getting information out to the public in conjunction with T-Mobile. Let them know what's coming. Gear Avenue closure was moved to 6/22. I think that was 7 p.m. to 6 a.m.
I think. Yeah.
5 a.m. And but there will be two-way traffic going forward. That notice is already on Facebook as well. No truck traffic, but two-way traffic is being maintained. I've been meeting with adjacent property owners to the Force Main project, hospital, SCC, Mr. Brink, First Mid, so on and so forth. Just kind of give them an update on the preliminary route, and we'll keep them updated as we go forward. Related to construction easements, potential need for additional easements for sewer, et cetera. So just keeping them updated along the way. And then last item, page 37 of the agenda, Dorsey's cover letter or memo indicates April 15th. Notice is due to the auditor. It's actually July 2nd. So just wanted to let you know that. That's all.
Thank you. Chase?
Just regular maintenance, getting stuff ready for the 4th of July. Tomorrow, Jacob and I will be walking through with the company that did our sewer lining, and we're going to be walking through some sewers that we know that need to be done in the future, and kind of get a pricing and what would be the best way of going about doing it in the future years. And then on Tuesday, meeting with Snyder to walk through some water projects that need done in the future as well, and see what should be highest priority or what we can get done. So we're going to show them three or four different areas in town that we know need replaced, so then we can kind of figure out what needs to be done and how we can go about doing it. So that's all I got.
All right, thank you. Jesse, fire and the police?
Just a couple things. We had our testing for last Saturday, had a few show up, so we're going to proceed with that. And just getting ready for our pancake breakfast at 6 a.m. on July 4th.
Chief, how many people actually applied that said they were going to take the test?
I had 8 that said they're going to be there. 2 of them have already previously tested, and I only had 2 show up. Typical.
Standard, yeah.
Yeah, standard.
Okay. Anything, Greg, from our building or?
Not tonight, Your Honor.
All right, with that in mind, then I'll go to council members. Andy, do you want to start on this one, or do you want to end?
No, I'll start real quick. Probably the biggest thing right now is anybody that wants to sign up for any 4th of July events. All those signups are on the website. You can either fill out a form online or there's a printable form on there as well for everything, including parade signups, bike races, the kids' talent show, bags tournament, and also the bullfrogs are for sale right now at the Broadway. $100 each, guaranteed $500 first prize. So those are for sale now. If you stop in there, you can buy a bullfrog early. Otherwise, we may have some left that night. Otherwise, just thank you for everybody for all your hard work getting it put together, and we're getting close.
Okay, thank you. Anything?
Nothing, Your Honor.
I just want to touch base something locally that's going on. We have the new Epic system out at the hospital that's been kind of frustrating for people, and the Two Rivers Bank buyout that's been kind of frustrating. We'll get through it, I promise. Just be patient.
Kathy?
I just got something that was brought to my attention for Andy. The special needs group, Magic, was looking for some information from you. They sent you an email. If you could follow up with them, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah,
I emailed them last night. Yep.
Got it, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They reached out to me. I thought you were the contact, but I made sure they would get the,
Yeah, Tony does all food and beverage stuff, so I
Perfect.
sent that
as
direction.
long as we could get it handled. Thank you.
Therese? All right, well, thank you. All right, at this point, any, no community reports, so I guess I will go ahead with my proclamation for the Scouts. And I will read this. Whereas the city of West Burlington, Iowa desires to recognize Scouting America, and whereas we further desire to recognize the 100th anniversary of Camp Eastman from May 21st, 1926 to May 21st, 2026, and whereas we further desire to recognize the Burlington Rotary Club for their original involvement, selection of the site and seeking out the access for the property for the youth of our community, and whereas we desire to recognize Mr. and Mrs. E.P. Eastman, who were the frequent and dedicated supporters of Camp Eastman, and whereas Camp Eastman has provided thousands of area youth and adults with outdoor experiences, leadership training skills, and memorable events and activities, and whereas Scouting America now desires to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Camp Eastman on August 29th, 2026 at Camp 6. So do I have a scout who would be willing to come up and accept this proclamation? Any citizen inquiries this evening? Seeing none, we have no public hearing or old business, so I will move directly into our first item of new business. And if the scouts would rather go ahead and leave, they're welcome to do that. Or if you stay around, you can count it as your city council meeting that you need for your citizenship in the community merit badge. So whatever you want to do. Our first item is to consider a resolution authorizing and approving certain loan agreement provided for the issuance of $4,355,000 general obligation corporate purpose bonds, Series 2026, and providing for the levy of taxes to pay the same.
So moved.
Second. Motion second. Any discussion?
Sorry, was that, who was the second?
Second was,
Thank you. Happy to answer any questions. Maggie Berger was here from Spear Financial and explained everything at the last meeting, but
seeing none, and I will call for a roll call vote on this.
oh, gonna have to get used to this. Councilmember Newberry,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Covert,
Aye.
Diaz.
Aye.
Motion carries. We'll go to our second new item. Consider a resolution temporarily closing streets for the West Burlington 4th of July celebration.
Motion.
Support.
Motion and support, thank you. Any just,
I have a question. Chase, do you need it closed through the Tuesday, the 7th, or will you clear up things on Monday, the 6th?
Everything will be picked up Monday. It'll all be picked up Monday morning, before
6th?
7 a.m. probably. So,
So do we want to change?
the only thing, I think that was mainly for the tent that Sherwood has to come and grab. Isn't that right, Greg?
I was trying to recall, right?
All of our stuff will be picked up, including the stage, and all Broadway will be opened, but sometimes Sherwood has to come get that stage yet. So it might just be that that one block right there. But everything else will be cleaned up.
But it'll be opened up as soon as practical, anyways. I mean, so if it's ready Monday, we'll open Monday, of course.
And your plan is still Friday night, they'll be able to park across the street?
Yep.
Okay.
We were planning setting up the stage Thursday, like
Yeah.
we have, but you'll still be able to drive around, and then we'll
Go that
yep,
way. Okay.
close it Saturday morning. So
Okay.
But the tent will be up
the tent will be up
Yeah.
Thursday?
Thursday. That block right there will be closed probably from Thursday to whenever Sherwood comes and gets it.
The tent and the stage Thursday, everything else, first thing
Yep.
on the
And
4th.
then no parking on this side?
for the vendors. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Perfect.
resolution, I'll ask for a roll call vote.
Councilmember Newberry,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Covert,
Aye.
Diaz.
Aye.
Item number 3, motion carried, by the way. Considering entering into a funding agreement with the Iowa Department of Transportation for a RISE project, West Burlington Industrial Park Access Project.
Motion approved.
Support.
Motion support. Any discussion?
This is for the RISE, or the street portion. EDA is for the water and sewer, and I think they requested some additional information this week, which they should have by Friday, and I'm hoping to hear, they said potentially August, but it could be sooner.
I just think you can't be applauded enough for getting this done and working with the chamber to start this, and then actually receiving both of these. If this works out, that's a big deal for our community, so.
Chamber, Regional Planning, Mike Norse especially, and company. It's been a group effort, so appreciate that.
Yeah, that's how that area was ever gonna get cleaned up. This is how it would happen, so good work.
Thank you.
Nice project for a fairly low cost of money to the city, so. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4, consider a resolution appointing Klein as an Assistant Public Works Director.
Motion.
Support.
Motion and support. Okay. Any discussion on this Assistant Public Works Director position? If not, roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry.
Aye.
Please.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Covert.
Aye.
Bias.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 5, consider additional staffing for the Public Works Department.
Your Honor,
Yes.
we didn't have a whole lot of information prepared for that general discussion. Chase and I put together a detached memo. Both resolutions are on there. Council's preference was part-time during that discussion. We wanted to provide some additional information and happy to answer any questions relative to full-time versus part-time. Either way, we'd like to proceed as soon as possible, but happy to answer any questions. Our recommendation is full-time, but Chase needs the assistance, and we'll like to get one or the other going as soon as possible.
I'd like to motion to approve with the 2 part-time.
Support.
Motion and support. Okay, any further discussion on this from?
I just wanted to say, I think it's a worthy conversation, and I wish we would have dove more into this during the budget season. I feel like if we went ahead and did 2 part-time now, and then next budget season brought this back up as a discussion at that point, I think that would be prudent.
Sounds good.
My opinion is that it's being recommended by our city manager and by our supervisor, and I feel like I can rely upon their wisdom on selecting this, so I'm preferring a full-time person other than 2 part-timers.
I mean, I agree with Ringo. In a business standpoint, I think a full-time position is more beneficial than 2 part-time positions, and especially if we're adding more workload for Troy. I mean, you're going to need more help year-round.
Yep.
To cover the stuff that he's not able to, accomplish in his day. So I would say a full-time position would be more beneficial and money well spent.
I feel there's more consistency too, that the training level just keeps it increasing in that person's expertise in here instead of redoing it continuously. I don't think that Greg would recommend this if it wouldn't be our budget requirements.
Well, I've been here forever and a day, and we've always seemed to do part-time people in the summer, and it seemed to work out. My question is, this 62,000 that for the full-time, does that include the bennies, or is that just the wages?
I believe that's just wages. We just had the wage comparison,
So if we add benefits onto it, then we're gonna add another,
20 and change, 20 and
20.
change,
sorry,
another 20 and change, 23.
so then I could hire more part-time people and not pay benefits.
The problem is, the work is,
We pay for those projects, like with Millard's and the people putting the water main project in at Pat Klein Park. I mean, that was a big project. You guys would never have been able to do that.
Nope. We would be able to do, the only reason we couldn't do the sewer project that Millage was involved in is because we didn't have the equipment to do it in a safe way. I mean, we could have easily done it, but we don't have the equipment they had to do it safely. That's why we couldn't do that project. We're doing the same exact thing on the other end of the alley, but it's opening up enough that we can do it. But that was the reason behind us using Millard's. But as far as the water lines go, we can't, I mean, we don't have any boring equipment, so that's kind of out of the question for us, unless it's like a small stretch, that we could do, but.
it depends on the size of the project too.
Yeah.
I mean, keeping public works staff doing one task for that length of time on a larger project is certainly not going to work given their other tasks and duties. But certainly, they do a number of repairs and work throughout the year. So in-house, that offsets a significant amount of costs.
Stephanie?
Yeah, no. I can agree with a lot of points that have been made so far today. I do not want to pay that kind of money for somebody mowing, but if you're telling me that this is a consistent year-round need, and that we're not able to keep our employees safe without this support, and the job's getting done, then I can support it. But it's more than, can you give me an example of things that you would be able to complete with this extra employee?
Well, as far as being safe, I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. I mean, we're gonna be doing the same stuff. We won't be, just if we have an extra person, we won't be able to do that other stuff still. It's more along the lines of locates that have came in with all the fiber companies coming in. Like if T-Mobile comes in again, just like Imon did, it's gonna be, we have like 3 people tied up doing locates because we've never seen that many locates come in. And it's not just them either, it's all the fiber companies going in everywhere for locates. And then it just also goes to, you can always exercise valves, you can always do extra stuff to keep stuff from happening in the future that we do right now, but we don't do as much as we could if we had more people. But, so.
Or you mean preventive maintenance?
Preventive maintenance, sorry, that's what, yeah, preventive maintenance, so.
For example, the sewer camera that Public Works has now had, I mean, they've identified a number of areas that are in need of repair, so there'll be more lining we'll be able to bring forward, but they'll be able to go in and do repair work as well, now that they've been able to identify those as well, so, but do it sooner rather than, I guess, after the fact. But.
Okay, the current motion on the floor is for 2 part-time. And if you want 1 full-time, you'd vote no on this. So I'll ask for a roll call, please.
Councilmembers Newberry,
No.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Grovert,
Nay.
Dias.
Nay.
Motion fails. Do I have a motion for?
Make a motion for 1 full-time employee.
Thank you.
Support?
Motion support. Since we've had our discussion, unless people want more, I will go ahead and call for a roll call on this.
Can I ask one question just
Certainly.
related to budget then? Greg, from a budget standpoint, how does this sit then? I mean, this was not brought up during budget? It would.
We had the same amount of staff budgeted and allocated across departments for this coming year. We didn't have a retirement planned in the budget, so the budget is, as it sits, is budgeted for 10 full-time, or is it 10?
I believe so. It would be the same amount of people we have right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is budgeted for the full-time, because the retirement was announced in April or so, roughly, or so? April or
Officially,
May?
I think it was like a month and a half ago, but.
Right. So we budgeted for full-time staff.
Other comments, questions? If not, another roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry,
Aye.
Lees,
No.
Crowner,
No.
Covert,
Aye.
Dias.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 6, consider a final reading of an ordinance setting water rates for fiscal year 26-27.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? If not,
Kelly put the post out on Facebook that you were looking for, I think. I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at that, but that's all.
okay. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Covert,
Aye.
Dias.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, number 7, consider the final reading of an ordinance setting sewer rates for year fiscal 2026, 2027. Motion. Thank you.
Support.
Motion and support. Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Covert,
Aye.
Dias.
Aye.
Motion carries. And we have a final reading of an ordinance setting garbage collection rates for fiscal year 2026 to 2027 and 2027 to 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second. Probably no discussion on this since we've had nothing on it, so roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Covert,
Aye.
Dias.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 9, consider the final reading of an ordinance setting recycling rates for fiscal year 2026, 2027.
Motion.
Thank you.
Support.
Thank you. No discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Covert,
Aye.
Dias.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consider a resolution authorizing the placement of a plaque at the swimming pool in memory of Keith Dorncamper.
Motion approved.
Support.
Support? Probably no discussion on this unless you
Well-
want to go ahead and...
He passed away last December from pancreatic cancer. And I had some of the staff pull up his record to see how long he'd been here. He'd been our longest pool manager ever, for 15 years. He started off as an assistant manager for 2 years with Dell Crafton. He was making $4.50 an hour. I'm thinking, where are those days again? And then he resigned for the pool year in 2003. I think that was probably the year we were building the pool or something of that nature.
Pool was after I left, 7 or 8, I believe.
But I thought, we never had really issues with the pool back in those days. He ran a tight ship, and I just thought we should probably recognize him for his efforts.
I think I was kicked out.
I'm assuming we'll contact some family members to let them know about that.
I did. I got to get with Chase, the plaque. I think Kelly said the plaque would come like on the 18th, like tomorrow maybe.
Right.
So I'll get with you and find a place over there to put it. And then I think the family, they're having a memorial service for him this Saturday. And I thought maybe around 4 o'clock that she would be able to come over and look at the plaque and stuff like that. If we can get,
Yep.
I'll try to take a photo. Camera's not my friend, but, I'll take a picture of someone else. So if any of you are able to come like at 4 o'clock on Saturday, that's fine.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Covert,
Aye.
Dias.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Number 11, consider a resolution adding Shannon Ramsey to the fire department.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion second. Thank you.
Did this change?
Huh?
Wasn't there 2 other names on here?
Yeah. I only had one for this resolution.
Huh.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dias,
Aye.
Covert,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Newberry.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 12, consider a resolution promoting Travis Sowers to the position of fire department captain.
Motion approved.
Support.
Motion and support. Discussion.
He's been on for several years now. Recently completed firefighter 1, firefighter 2, and driver operator, working on his aerial operator certification. Should get it this week. He just has several years in and is been an important role of the fire department.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dias?
Aye.
Covert?
Aye.
Crowner?
Aye.
Lees?
Aye.
Newberry?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Number 13, resolution authorizing the filing of an application for the Iowa Department of Transportation's State Recreational Trails Program for the construction of the Agency Road Trail Phase 1.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion?
Have we filled these out before?
I'm sorry?
Is this another application, because I thought we've done some in the past.
We got, for gear, we got TAP, SRT, FRT, State Rec Trail, Federal Rec Trail funding, just under $1 million for those three. We should have 2 opportunities to apply for SRT and FRT and statewide TAP funding for agency prior to construction. We already have $404,000, I believe it is, in TAP funding that was awarded for this project.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry?
Aye.
Lees?
Aye.
Crowner?
Aye.
Covert?
Aye.
Dias?
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 14, consider a resolution naming official depositories for city funds.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this? We do frequently, well, at least every year. Roll call then?
Councilmember Newberry?
Aye.
Lees?
Aye.
Crowner?
Aye.
Covert?
Aye.
Dias?
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Number 15, consider an ordinance adopting regulations for keeping urban chickens within the city limits.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and support?
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of them?
No, I was, the hybrid is what I was thinking.
The first one is the hybrid of the two, which personally, that's our recommendation, and that's the one we have on here. Behind that are some notes from that hybrid showing you what happened. And then you should have the Clinton ordinance, which was recommended by the city attorney originally, and then the Burlington ordinance as well. I think in reading through here, it covers, I think it does a pretty good job of covering all of the issues that council's addressed during the discussion periods regarding chickens and the keeping of chickens in town, regulations, and it gives us, it's just a one-time application. It gives us the ability to enforce the regulations. We had a complaint today on one in particular. Again, chickens are large. And it gives 60 days for individuals that currently have chickens to come into compliance once the code is adopted as well. So before enforcement begins. So I think it addresses everything we've discussed.
The problem with the hybrid is if you look at the location and setbacks, it says located in the rear yard and 25 feet for a neighboring residential structure. That's pretty much going to limit where you're going to have, who's going to be able to have chickens. I mean, the 10 feet from all property lines is okay, but 25 feet from neighboring residential structures?
Does that include accessory or not? Is that just the primary?
It doesn't stipulate, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of houses real close
Are you on-
together that you're not going to have 25 feet.
No, I agree with you, Teresa. It should be over on it then.
It should just be 10 feet from the property line.
We can take a look at it and bring back a recommendation at the second reading if you'd like, unless you want to put something in there.
And I
Today.
think the other thing pointed out is that right now we let them have 12 chickens and now we're going to cut them down to 8
Currently, it's allowed 6, I believe, is the max that we have.
on our
Burlington
chicken
has
permit.
12. Yeah, we don't allow 12.
You can have up to 12.
6. I believe it is.
On the chicken permit that we used to use,
I'd have to go
It was
back and
12.
check.
I would rather be smooth and just take the Burlington ordinance and just, 2 cities, 1 community, and just roll it over. But
I don't have a major problem with that. I mean,
So there's the 8 versus 12, but I think the 2,000, the 2 per 2,000 square foot is a good factor that will limit that. So if there's not sufficient space, then you couldn't have, you'd have as many as the code allows. I think it was 2 per 2,000 square feet, I believe.
well, we did have 1.5 per 1,000.
That was in the original zoning code discussion. But I think it's 2 per 2,000 square feet in here, if I recall correctly. So it's a maximum of 12, but you still have to have the square footage in order to have the 12.
I'm obviously not in favor of this, but just to help create some clean code, there was 2 changes I would make. One, we did not include the portion about agricultural use. So I think in your current code that you're looking at right now, you would actually not allow homestead to have chickens. So I think you need to pull that language back in. And then second, I think you need to look at the section where you define livestock. Because if you don't change that section, you're going to have 2 competing codes. One that says you can't have it and one that says you can.
Add homestead, or areas like homestead, and which section?
section you're looking at there again.
It's not in our current amendment, but current code under 5501-12, we define livestock, which is defined in state code, which would define chickens as livestock. And then in 5505, it says that you can't have livestock. So we're going to have to redefine that or make a mention in 5505 that it exempts chickens.
And to go even a little further, who's going to be in charge of inspecting? Is that the city manager or?
Gentleman right over across the table from us.
Well, I see Chase right across.
Chickens are in his purview.
But that's what I believe they do in Burlington, is they actually have the officers in Burlington doing it, don't they?
Animal control.
The code would actually allow, the citation that's noted in there for at-large and the others could be done by police, nuisance, city staff. It could be done by everybody. Generally, it's been police department for enforcement. So the 12 chickens, 25 feet, making the 2 ordinance, the livestock definitions work together, and areas that are current or agricultural use, I think is what it
Right.
what it was.
In the Burlington
Are
ordinance?
there 4
Andy,
areas?
Isn't it define the livestock on that
It is.
in the Burlington ordinance?
Yeah, they do, you define it.
Yeah, theirs is written backwards. Not that you couldn't do it that way, but right now ours defines livestock as the state defines that, and the state defines chickens as livestock. And then our current code says no livestock.
And all we'd have to say is except for chickens.
Yeah, or change
some
the
other way,
definition.
So would you like to approve the first reading and then we'll come back with those changes at the next reading so you can move it along, or do you want us to come back with a revised version?
You want to amend yours to the Burlington ordinance rather than the hybrid?
If, Teresa, if you prefer that, I don't have a problem with it at all, you know.
Actually, I was going to ask you to re-admit your amendment, as amended, which one you're talking about, so that we can go through to.
Okay,
right.
so I would make a request to approve it with the Burlington ordinance. Is that what you're preferring, Teresa? With the, to be consistent with the Burlington ordinance, so we'd have consistency between the two cities. And just one more thing that we can do that we say we can achieve on it.
Support.
So, are we saying now ducks, turkeys, etc.? This permit covers all that too?
We don't recommend the Burlington ordinance. I don't think it's sufficient from an enforcement perspective. I think we need more rules and regs, which is why we recommended the combined version under here. I read through it again today. I personally don't think it's sufficient from an enforcement perspective.
So we're not two cities, one community.
Not always.
Well, maybe if we create a better one,
Where it works.
they'll follow our lead.
That's a possibility. Okay, I have a motion on the floor.
You have two motions.
I actually did have two motions.
I'd like,
First one was,
I'd like an answer though, because theirs is not just chickens. Theirs is cattle, horses, goats, sheep, donkeys, ostriches, turkeys, geese, ducks.
Right.
But no use.
but no emus.
Well, they have livestock listed, but in item number 2, it says prohibited unless, it is unlawful unless if you get a permit, and I'm sure that they'll be wanting to know what permit it is for these animals, because I've not seen any cattle or horses or jacks or any of them people in the city of Burlington.
I'm with you,
Well, we have
but
horses in the city of Burlington.
Yeah, there is some
Yeah.
horses still in the city of Burlington.
item 4 though then would permit that, would permit everything that they deem as livestock, which includes everything I just read.
It says permit, though.
Right.
Livestock permit.
I would
Gotta go with
think,
Burlington. I think you should restrict it strictly to chickens, which is what we've been discussing,
Yeah.
rather than livestock in general. But again, I'd rather have if we're gonna have to enforce it, I'd rather have the regulations that are sufficient to enforce it. I think it's just simply too vague. But technically, you have a motion and a second on the floor. The second, you can't have a second motion and a second.
there was
you can
no
amend-
spec-
you
there was
can
no
amend-
specification on the
He
first one.
didn't specify.
He didn't specify what he wanted. He just said, I make a
Well, the
motion.
one that was on the agenda is the
All right.
is the one. So
All right.
now you have a motion
I
and a
will-
second technically on.
All right.
You would
So-
actually need to either amend or let the first one die for lack, well, no, it would be lack of a second, but.
So it would be easier just to withdraw. Can we do that? And
Act on, you
Amend-
need to act on the first one or amend it. One of those two, right? You can't have a second.
Can't have a
Motion
second one
and a second.
going. So your first amendment was the one that was in place through here then?
yes,
All right, and we have, all right. Are you wanting to do any kind of amendments to that?
I just want to try to get this resolved
Well,
cleanly, so we can have the people have the right to have their chickens and do it without going to the city council and easy enforcement, and for them to understand the easy enforcement.
I think the recommended ordinance does that. We can make the tweaks that you requested on there.
And I do understand what Teresa's saying is that trying to, but it doesn't look like that's going to work, Teresa. It doesn't. I mean,
It seems to me that one of the problems is going to be, we need to have the discussion with Burlington. I mean, just taking their resolution as it is may not be where they're going to
right, so,
settle down necessarily.
and we can always make amendments later on if we need to.
Right.
So my first recommendation then, so be no amendments then,
Right.
except for the one that's recommended.
What Greg will come back as the
Yeah.
second reading.
Yes. Did I confuse you, Greg?
The motion stands approving the proposed ordinance, which is the combined
Yes.
ordinance.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring back recommendations on the 4 items that council has brought to our attention.
Yes.
Second reading.
But we had like 3 examples of an ordinance to choose from. So how can you say which one is recommended over the others?
The very first one is listed under the ordinance for approval.
Yeah, well, that was the one
And
that
there's-
Kelly wrote.
There's the memo or information on why that one, and then the other 2 are attached as reference. So if you note that the ordinance is proposed as the first one in the language. If you want to propose the Burlington one, I would just vote the current one down and then have a second motion approving a similar ordinance. Then we'd have to bring back and rewrite that.
Is everybody clear on what we're saying here? Okay. If so, then I'll ask you to go ahead and give a roll call on the first.
Which is approval of the proposed
Yes.
combined ordinance with the 4 recommended changes, which we'll bring back for the second reading.
Yes.
You want to run through those changes we want.
12 chickens, 25, address the 25-foot distance, and agricultural uses, current agricultural uses, and the state definition of livestock, and making sure that that is consistent with city code. I much prefer having Kelly here to write this down.
Anything else, Andy?
Who approved your vacation?
In the Burlington, yeah, but in this one, again, I'm not for it, but
I know.
that looks like good code to me, at least.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Newberry.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Crowner.
No.
Covert.
Aye.
Diaz.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. And with that, I believe we have come to the end of our new business. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh, so moved.
Support.
Motion and support. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Everybody else can stay here.
Aye.